What's going on, everybody? So we're gonna be going over the best stocks you should be watching this week, October 7th through the 11th, and we have a few starting off with SPY, Nvidia, AMD, Meta, Tesla, PLTR, MSTR, Futu, VST, and we got a couple others that we're gonna save for the end. And we're gonna make this a brief video and give you a quick, clear explanation slash analysis. All right, so SPY is on the screen. We have the 15-minute chart. You can see the supply zone that we have here, and this supply zone was used as a reversal Friday morning before the drop. We reversed right into this area of consolidation. We found a nice level right here where we used as support previously last week on Monday, right there. So that's a good level to watch if we head to the downside going into Monday. On the bigger time frame, such as the daily, you could see we are above all the EMAs and we're pushing up off of the 9 EMA. Now we're in between a range from 574 down to 565. So keep those levels on watch. The next level on top of that would be 574.38, then 574.71, which is the all-time high. And if we happen to blast through that, we could see anything from 584 to 586. All right, as a, you could call it a few weeks, could be a few days, depends on how the market reacts, but that's what we are keeping on watch. Now next up, we got Nvidia. Nvidia has been in a range on the daily chart. Now this is a lot of lines, but we're going to zoom in. On this time frame, we're taking away that we are above the 50 EMA and 9 EMA. You can see the yellow line and blue line, and we are pushing up. Volume is pretty moderate, nothing really significant with the volume. So on the lower time frames, such as the 4-hour, we are pretty much given this is giving us the same type of price action as the daily. Is like above the EMAs but choppy, not sure if we're going to go down or go up, but we do have a candle close above this range and giving us validation up to about 126, and we just have to play out this consolidation until this gives us an answer to either the upside or the downside, which could take us back down to 122 or 121 and some change. All right, so next up on the list, we got AMD. And on this 4-hour chart, you could see we have been making higher lows and we are above all EMAs, which is bullish. We just approached this key level, which I don't know where it came from, but we have room to run up to about 174.50, a nice little gap to fill at about 177. To the downside, we could retest this previous resistance at about 168, and could always come down even more. We have 165 as another target. All right, AMD is special because we have volume increasing on the 4-hour chart, and volume is a precursor for price movement, meaning if the volume is increasing, then the price is likely to push in the trend direction. Next up, we got Meta. So Meta was the big one where we got 1000% in one day, and we could see from the bigger time frame that we are at all-time highs. Right, last year we was at $88, and this year we're at $596. So that's one crazy turnaround. Now at all-time highs, we have no ceiling, so we have to remember that if we're planning on shorting this to the back down, that this really could continue going up as far as it wants, because there's no real resistance to take the price down. Now we do have a high of day from Friday, which is also the all-time high. That is 596.85 to keep on watch. Now if it breaks and holds above that, you could see 600, 610, 615, and you could play it in $5 increments as the price increases. And if we come down, then we have this previous high at about 588 as an area where you could expect price to continue pushing down, if that is the direction we choose. All right, next up we got Tesla. Tesla is on watch because let's take a look at the daily chart, and we are above all EMAs, the 50 and the 9. The volume is slightly increasing, and we're heading towards this previous high after creating a higher low. So that signifies, I gotta get that word right, signifies, right? That signifies an uptrend, being that we are making higher lows, and technically this high is higher than this previous one. So just respecting the trend, we should expect a higher high above 271, and that could take us up to 279 or higher. All right, 300 is a nice target too, so keep that on watch. We also have PLTR in the mix. PLTR recently hit the $40 mark, and on the weekly chart we have 45 as the all-time high, and we have a previous high at 39.22, which we closed above on Friday. So let's take a look at the price action, and we have a clear, I call it clear air, pretty much no activity from this time frame in between this area, meaning that if we do hold above this level, we could see a nice trend up to $45. All right, that's a good amount of movement. It's a good amount of opportunity. On the lower time frames, let's take a look at the 1 hour just to switch it up, and you can see we've been in a consolidation for the last few weeks, and we recently broke out on Thursday, and that took us from 38 and some change up to $40 and some change. So nice $2-3 movement from the last push. You could say $4 from the low, and we're gonna keep PLTR on watch. Where could it head? Like I said, the next level up is 45, and if I'm taking a look at this consolidation, 38 to about 35, that's 3. So 41 would be a nice short-term target, and really you got to play this one small level at a time, like one small distance, because honestly, I don't really know, I don't have a good grip on the intraday price action. I really have to analyze this a little bit more, but I just know that this is a hot stock because it's continuing to push up. And yeah, so this is a lesson that if you don't know the price action of the stock, then don't feel pressured to have to trade it, right? What you could do is just study it and just understand how it might be affecting the market in a certain way. Understand how strong it is compared to the overall market, and maybe next time it comes around, you'll have more confidence because you've done the studying in real time to understand how this stock moves. And that's pretty much what we should be doing for all stocks that we plan to trade before we actually trade them. So next up on the list, we got MSTR. MSTR is MicroStrategy, and this one has been on an uptrend we have a daily chart and a nice little pennant, you could call it that, and it's pushing up above the 9 EMA and this trend line. So we have a crossover from the moving averages, which signified some bullish movement, and then a nice pullback to the 9 EMA, which is signifying some more movement based on this big push up from Friday. You can see the volume is increasing during this push, which signifies a legit trend. All right, so next level up is this high from the previous week at 170.48, and then you got 183.70, and then you got 200. So this is a good one to keep on watch. You can see the intraday action is pretty solid if you could catch the waves, right? And you could use these moving averages as good areas to look for entries. Next up, we got Futu. Futu is a Chinese stock, and this one has been on a tear the last few days, and we're above 127.30, 127.29. It's an interesting area because that is where we have this significant move, right? That candle signifies we pushed up and a lot of sellers came to push it down. Now, just because we gapped up and we we traded above it doesn't mean we're gonna hold above it. So keep this on watch for either direction, to the downside or to the upside. All right. What I'm gonna do is just create an alert to let me know if this happens to push up, and also an alert if this happens to push down below this low. All right, and we're gonna speed through this last three. We got VST. This one has been on the tier, going crazy. And we also have Netflix. All right, Netflix on this 4-hour chart. This one is setting up above this trend line that we have, along with the moving averages, pretty much curling up with some volume. And last but not least, we got good old Reddit. All right, Reddit is forming a cup and handle on this 4-hour chart. This was the previous high at 71.45. And once we clear that, we have this gap here at about 72.60 where we cleared. We pretty much reversed a little bit off of that gap, but we still have room to continue up to about 76, potentially 78. And we'll just keep this on watch for the upside, and probably won't be looking to trade this to the downside, being how much pressure we do have going up to the upside, especially with the volume to back it up. All right, so that's it for the video. If you guys want to join the Discord, then just hit the link in the bio. I'm going to be updating the watch list as the market is live. And yeah, if you guys want any one-on-ones, hit the link in the bio as well. And the online course is coming soon. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, and leave a like if you like the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.